Jimmy V, good to see you in studio, man. You fired up about the start of college hoop season?
Yeah, I enjoy it. Quickly I'll add this. What's amazing anymore, you're watching this stuff. I think there's about 30 or 40 games tonight. There were 70 games a couple of nights ago. And as we talk about it openly, I mean, there wasn't, of course, it's been like 30 years. That we never even booked college basketball games until January 1st, 2nd, or 3rd. But what it does show you, getting plenty of business, people just enjoy playing. I mean, let's call it like it is. It's like a new part of like what you do. It's like an entertainment thing. Yes, we have the guys trying to obviously pick your brains out or whatever, but they're not even trouble anymore because obviously everything else is just overwhelmed by the rest of the world getting involved in all these sports.
That's right. Bettors get their faces kicked in last week in the NFL. They come right back for more, right?
Yeah. Right. And we're seeing a lot of things. I shake my 76-year-old head, but I want to say to some degree, and I'm shining my behind, but you could see this coming if you understood anything about this crazy racket that we're in, because you've seen from week to week, month to month, year to year. There was a time parties were never even thought of. Now we got a party we just had the Breeders' Cup thing from Thursday to Monday. Naturally, way back when, I can still remember. I think it was Bum Phillips or somebody else, where Caesar's Palace invited ex-coaches or ex-players to come be a part of the party for Super Bowl week. That just opened the door for everybody to obviously come forward. So, in my little dissertation there, it's quite different. But you know what? The old man had a little shot of thinking, I know this is coming.
Well, you know a lot of stuff. So let's get to some of the things that have happened around here. First off, you guys took a big bet. Futures market, Chicago Bulls 40-1, huh?
Yeah. Futures is obviously 99% of the time. Yeah. You're going to do well because, first of all, the juice is in there to begin with. Even if you put up fair prices, the juice on that's going to be you hold between 30 and 33%. Now, this one here, obviously, we have till June to figure it out to see what happened. These things are invited for someone who understands behind the racket, like Chris does. I mean, you look and say, wow, $160,000, well, at 40-1. But, if you penciled it out, it's probably about 80-1. So you go from there.
Mm-hmm. Where are you guys at in terms of NBA futures at this point?
It's the same junk with the Lakers. I mean, if we keep them out of there and the Nets, stuff like that. But you know what? Nobody bets the other ones anymore. It's very, very seldom. You might get someone try to sneak something in if they, like the Warriors, if they won 4 in a row, then you try to go 100 here, 100 here, whatever, to get maybe get 15 to 20-1 for 2,000 or 3,000. It's not serious.
Vinny mentioned last year, like the Suns, for example, got kind of popular with you guys.
There's always one, and then look at this also. You want a couple sleepers in it because it adds when you get to the playoffs. If you have someone like, whoa, that team's in there too. So put it this way: bet me all the futures you want.
All right, let's get to football. Let's kick it off here with Falcons, Cowboys. Got some big favorites on the board this week, Jimmy. Cowboys 9.5-point favorites. Talked to a few bookmakers, guys like yourself this week. You said they're seeing a little bit of sharp money on the Falcons. Are you seeing that this week?
Yeah, we're down to 9.5. We opened at 10, and Chris took a pretty big play on the plus 10. And here it is. It's like if you figure the NFL out this year, you're an absolute genius. What you see from what you saw last night. I mean, just look at it. I mean, you're looking at a team where first of all, the kid who ended up in quarterback didn't even, to play the whole second half of the game. You obviously saw, you keep saying to yourself, even on the Sunday, say, Buffalo's going to come back and win this game. But they just, and last night, how this kid, the quarterback for the Ravens, played that bad, I'll never know. Mm-hmm. Big pickup. And excuse me 1 second. Here's the biggest thing about yesterday's game for us. It's a Thursday. It's the first NFL game of the weekend, and we knocked out a big teaser play already. Yep. So they got to get back in line to load up again. So it was a monster. It was a very, very good win for us yesterday because they lost the game outright.
Yeah, adds on to the weekend that was too, right? So let's go to Green Bay and Seattle then, because this one's got a lot of noise around the two quarterbacks, right? Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers. How have you guys handled it throughout the week? What's the action been like?
With delicate shoes. You just don't want to get caught where the game is not picking because he does play, he didn't play, whatever. That's a pain in the ass for the bookmakers. And see, what really is a pain in the ass is like when you have to explain to people why you can't bet this on the parlay card, why you can do this, well, what's going on, Jimmy? He's going to play now. Well, you can't have it up during the course of the week till somebody might find out before you, so who needs the aggravation?
All right, let's look at the Sunday night game in Vegas. Brent Musburger on the call. Chiefs and Raiders. It's been chaos for the Raiders, Jimmy, for the past month or so. And the Chiefs have consistently underperformed. How about this? 3-16-1 against the spread in the past 20.
Who?
The Chiefs.
They're what? They were.
Huh?
Go ahead.
3-16-1 against the spread in
Yeah,
the past 20
right.
games. All right, so Chiefs are 2.5-point favorites. You'll find a 3 out there somewhere, total of 52. What are you seeing or what do you anticipate on this Kansas City-Las Vegas game on Sunday Night Football?
The threes won't last anytime you throw it up there because, first of all, if you're watching the same Chief team that I'm watching, it's like, who are they to lay any points? And obviously, the Raiders lost. But the Raiders they're producing much better than I thought they were from the beginning of the year to begin with. And we're gonna wind up needing the Chiefs for I would consider a big play. I really do.
Really? So how do you guys, for those who are listening in for the first time, you guys don't alter the juice, right? You're always at -110 here.
Right.
So other books will kind of protect themselves going to -120, even whatever it is. So how do you guys handle hovering around the 3 like that?
It's never been changed. I mean, I'm going back to the Barbary Coast with Michael Gaunthem 35 years ago, and Frank Toady, his partner. Just like, and obviously, you can get your ass stung pretty good if it comes 3 every now and then, which it does. But in the long run, what it does for us, it's like it doesn't confuse the general public. They walk up and say, well, it's 2.5 minus $1.20. Well, what are you talking about? Stuff like that. So that came from Michael, but it's been carried on from generation to generation. If we go back 2.5 to 3, if it falls, big deal, pay him and go to the next game.
I said big favorites on the board this week. So the Bills laying 12, 12.5 at the Jets. You got your Steelers, your Pittsburgh guys. Steelers 8-point home favorites over the Lions. Still looking for the first win. How do these big favorites typically get bet? Do you get much sharp action on those games because sharp guys think the number's inflated on the dogs, and then you get the public to come in and basically play the Steelers on a teaser here, knock it down to -2.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Well, you hit on both the chords you just said. Obviously, it's like, and when the joint's going good, in other words, if the dogs are showing up, right, then the smarts will jump in, early Monday or Tuesday. It's always been the same thing. If you want to bet the dogs, for people to understand, you got to bet early in the week. If you want to, the favorite usually should wait because it's going to go down. And our biggest nightmare for any bookmaker is like, let's say like the Steelers took the Lions plus the 9, now it's down to 8. Steelers win the game by 1, 2, 3, or 4. I mean, you pay the plus and the teaser's live. That's the big jeopardy that we have with these games.
Oh, I thought you had something. Apologies. All right, let's go to a couple of other games before we get you out of here. It looked like you had something.
I got to go to the spa. How much time we got to use?
You got 3 more
Yeah, 2
minutes.
more
I got you
minutes.
for it.
2 more minutes.
Alvin Kamara, Saints running back's not going to play for New Orleans. So when it comes to an adjustment like that, we've talked about this. I don't know how you feel. Running back's not really worth much to a point spread into an individual game. But guys like that are built a little differently when the market reacts to it. I just assume you guys follow in step.
Yeah, he means something, whether it's a half a point or a point. I think he does. The Henry kid, I mean, there's a great example. Like he's worth 1.5 points. I've never seen that anything like that. With a running back who could obviously, and 1.5 points is big, especially if you're dealing around the 3, 3.5, or 4. And take this now, Mr. JVT, the last guy that I can remember who changed the number on the defense unit was, come on.
Lawrence Taylor.
You got it. I mean, he
Is that right?
changed the
Okay.
point spread when we went way back.
That was
If he
before
didn't play.
JVT was born.
Yeah,
Yeah, Lawrence Taylor, he played for the
UNLV. I mean, what do you mean? Like you don't know who he's going to play for? But no, it was a big move. I mean, think about it. Defensive player, 3 points, unbelievable.
3 points.
Yeah.
All right, so you hear for a 2 or 3 week stretch, man, the books are getting crushed. And then last week, the books battle back and the public gets crushed. In the big picture, how's the NFL season been for the bookmakers?
I wish we started over again. It's been a monster, an absolute monster. The one big losing week, and there was probably about 2 or 3 weeks. It was like you win a few dollars or whatever, and there was like 4 or 5 weeks. It's like, how much can you count? I mean, let's take it to the cage. Listen out there, kids, and I say this with all sincerity. I care if you blow your brains out and you need a few dollars to get home with. I've done that. But, don't feel sorry for us because in the long run, we don't feel sorry for you.
All right. Hit the spa, man. Good to see you.
See you guys later.
All right. Thanks, Jimmy V.
Good to see you. Mr. Vaccaro. Sorry, Mr. Vaccaro. It's good to see you, buddy.
Here we go. Hey, dog.